I wasn't initially going to do any type of vlogging or computer stuff today, but right now what I'm doing is I'm yanking this processor out of this Dell Dimension E521. Holy cow, this paste is baked on there. That's what happens when you use cheap paste. Don't use cheap paste. Anyway, if you watched matmroy's video yesterday, you saw that he has a Dimension E520, and yes, Matt, this is in fact a 4600, and his has what I think it was a 3800 dual core. But I happen to have this 3600. Now I'm trying to find something to protect this processor with for shipping, but I know I have something. Oh, you know what I have? I have a processor, what this processor came in. Crap. Some things are hard to do one-handed. But anyway, I have another video. Well, I'll add to this later because I want to go to the post office before it's too late. But I do have a video plan that may or may not upset many of you regarding all this computer stuff. Yeah, so once I get more into the day, I will do a more in-depth video explaining what's happening. But as for now, I'm going to find a way to ship this processor safely. Until then, I'll see you. Alright, so I'm sitting in the parking lot of the post office here, and I just mailed out a processor for Matthew Roy for his one computer he's got there that was featured in his vlog yesterday. What I was starting to say downstairs, I just didn't want to get into it out primarily because, like I said, I live above a doctor's office, and I was below the doctor's office at the time, and he had patients in there, and I know my voice travels, so what I'm going to be doing, and it's going to hurt some, it's going to make some of you, I don't know about hurt, but it's going to really upset some of you, is I'm going to be loading a lot of them up in my boat, a lot of the more useless ones. Now just understand, there's a lot of useless crap down there. I'm going to strip any good parts, but most of it is just plain useless and not even worth stripping parts out of. I'm going to load them in my boat, because my boat also has damage that I just haven't been able to afford to fix at the moment. My brain just stopped. So I'm just going to load that all in my boat, and since the boat is all aluminum, I'm just going to tow it all to the scrapyard. And what doesn't fit in the boat, I'm going to be giving to a friend to do the gold recovery. Because next week I'm starting moving. So that's what's about to happen. And I actually just got a message from Matt. There's a cat hair right at my camera, sorry. Yeah, I'm not going to bother editing that out. I could edit it out, but I'm not going to. So from here I'm going to go to Dollar Tree and then to Acme. My favorite Dollar Tree is that way, but there's a supposedly better Dollar Tree that way. I'll make up my mind when I get to the light which way I want to go. And excuse me, I'm beat. Another thing is, I know I have not been very busy on YouTube lately, and I've been watching a lot, I just haven't been making a lot of videos. One of the reasons is, for one, I'm preparing for this move, and another thing is with our work schedules, my girlfriend and I, we don't get an opportunity to see each other often. And lately, we've had the ability to actually see each other on my days off. So we've been spending time together, and just does not leave any time to make videos. I'm not sure if I'm going to add it to this video or do a separate video. Either way, I don't have good internet at my house. Everything is right from my phone, because financial reasons have caused me to just get rid of Comcast for the time being. My Sprint internet is fast enough that I can watch YouTube, I can watch Netflix, I can watch Motor Trend on demand, all that using my phone through PDA-net on my computer. So I don't generally worry about, about my internet. The upload speed is what's bad. But I know I'm also going to be spending sometime tonight with my girlfriend, so, and then I also have to get to bed early because I got to be up at 6 in the morning, so I'm going to see how much room that leaves for anything. So I'll let you know what I'm doing. I ended up needing to go to the different Dollar Tree, and because the other one did not have what I needed. Hopefully this one does. I don't know if you can read that. Schmidt Bakeries. Schmidt Bakeries is one of the best bread companies in this area. And you see who they're in front of? Dollar Tree. This goes to show you what matmroy says all the time about their quality food. The brand of bread that we get here at our Dollar Tree is actually made by Schmidt and delivered by Schmidt. So I just wanted to point that out. Alright, so I just got some mildly disturbing news from this Walmart, or not Walmart, from this Dollar Tree here. I'm about to go to Walmart. How do I... So, one of the things that I would buy quite frequently, not really all that frequently because I very rarely need them, is blank CDs. They sold Philips branded CDs, 3-pack for $1 at Dollar Tree. I went to the other Dollar Tree, they did not have them. So I came to this Dollar Tree, which is only like 5 minutes up the road, so it's not like I'm wasting a whole bunch of gas trying to save a penny. And I talked to the girl here. She said, I'm not the first person today. She's had several people this week ask where they are. They apparently do not get them in anymore. She says she doesn't know what's going on. Maybe there's a stock issue. Maybe there's just something going on, like a productivity issue. I don't know. Why am I still talking? But, so, yeah, that was a little disappointing. I also got a Mountain Dew. But, I talked to the Schmidt bread guy. I said, hey, it's pretty cool that you guys deliver this bread. I said, it's called gourmet Italian bread. It has become one of my favorite breads. Not my all-time favorite, but it's one of my favorite ones, especially for the price. And he said all it is their normal Schmidt Italian bread with a different wrap on it. He says the gourmet white bread is just their normal white bread with a different wrap on it. So if you see Dollar Tree, if you see a bread in your Dollar Tree, there is a very good chance that it's just one of your better brands with a different wrapper on it. So that's something to keep in mind. Apparently, I just noticed a sign right above their door now. It says ribeye steak $1. It's a 3.5 ounce. This Dollar Tree actually has a cooler section. The other one does not. I keep forgetting the camera's there. My hand is giving... I need to go see a doctor eventually. Like these two fingers here, a lot of times I'll just be sitting here and they start hurting so bad. And I'm pretty sure it's just arthritis, because I have a lot of other arthritis. Crap, I still need to go to Acme. Anyway, so I don't really know what the point of this section of the video was, other than that Dollar Tree no longer sells blank CDs. I need them for the project I'm going to do tonight. because I have a few projects planned. But I also plan to be in bed by 9 o'clock, so we'll see how that goes. So, yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. I'm just leaving Walmart. They had this for $7. That's less than $1 a CD. It's 10 packs. It also has sleeves with it, which is nice. But the last time I bought one of them packs, I'm pretty sure at least 3 CDs out of that would not burn to save my life. But really, all I need is 1 CD. So we'll see. And you know, one thing that really gets me is like this parking lot's huge here. Actually, I mean, it's a pretty big it's a pretty big parking lot, and there's lots of pull-through spots. Now, I'm in one of their back-end only spots because it's in a very tight area, and one thing I don't get is when somebody has the opportunity to pull through a parking spot so that they don't have to back out if somebody else parks there, they don't take it. Either, like, you know, you'll have this spot here behind this car, but this whole section's free. They'll park behind this car because it's like 4 feet closer to the door. It's like, I don't understand that. I'm kind of a parking freak. You know, I'm very anal about the way I park. And parking in general. I just don't get it. I mean, I was always taught to back into parking spots as much as possible. Reduces the risk of an accident. And, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, not really sure. I'm really surprised. I wasn't really planning on vlogging today, but hey, why not? Yeah, so, yeah, I guess I'll go on to the next thing. So, I was just talking about parking and how people are idiots. Check this out. As I mentioned, I'm in a back-end parking only area. This guy just came whipping in. I guarantee you, based on the angle of his car, he's not even close to being in one parking spot. I thought he was going to take my mirror off the way he came in. And, yeah, and he's, well, okay, the back-end parking sign is actually right next to him. But you see how there's, right there where it says back-end parking only, there's one at the next spot over from him. Maybe he thought that spot was back-end parking. Oh, another funny thing, as I was walking up to the Walmart, this guy in a van with a Delaware tag goes, "Yo, man, if I buy a microwave here, do I gotta pay taxes on it?" And I'm like, yeah, this is New Jersey, dude. It's 3.5% sales tax. Oh, okay. And then he's just like, I don't know if he ever went in or what happened. Excuse me, by the way. Yeah, that was funny because he's from Delaware. In Delaware, there's no sales tax. Which means you pay more for gas, you pay more for insurance, you pay more for everything else. But, you know, you don't pay sales tax. So a lot of people from Jersey will make, sorry, I gotta, God, my knuckles are killing me today. But, a lot of people from New Jersey will make big purchases in Delaware. Like if you go buy a new TV, a refrigerator, you know, stuff like that. A lot of people from my area, because like, you know, right here we're only like 5 minutes from Delaware Memorial Bridge. A lot of people just go right over to Delaware and actually, hell, I did that. I bought my Toshiba 40-inch TV in Delaware. If you figure it's a 3.5% sales tax. So 3 cents. Now back. This is back in 2009, 2008. So what did I pay? I paid around $850 for it. So 3.5. That's 3.5 cents for every dollar. Wait, is it that way? I think it's like $3.50 for every $100. So yeah, that's quite a bit. Because 3 times 8 is 24. Yeah, so I saved a few bucks by not buying it in Jersey, and I don't know if I should admit that on film. But anyway, I see people coming, so I'm just going to finish this later. So I just left Acme. Turns out my mother was wrong. They had the tea I don't normally drink because it sucks on sale. Not the one I normally drink. But I don't know if any of you have noticed this over my shoulder throughout the whole video. I just happened to think about when I looked in the back. That's the home theater PC. That's the G3258 system. My soon-to-be roommate's son, his computer apparently went bang the other day, and we were using that to test some of the components. I thought I saw somebody new coming in. Oh, excuse me. Turns out it was just a Corsair power supply that went. His is an i5 4670K. Had a GTX, or the 770 graphics card in it. Yeah, not a bad machine. An Asus Republic Gamers system. But so what we did is we stuck his RAM in there into this, made sure that came on. Then we plugged the graphics card in that, made sure that worked, and then he was very reluctant to, but both me and his father both said, just plug the power supply from this one into your machine, see if the motherboard's fried. I'm sure it's fried. We tried this, blah, blah, blah. Plugged it in, bang, came right on. Actually, bang is not the right term because it didn't go bang. So all he ended up needing was new power supply. So he ended up ordering an EVGA 750G2, a very substantial power supply, way more than he needs. I mean, I know that the 650 or 640 watt that I got in mine right now is way more than I need. But this one here just had a 350 watt. We didn't plug his hard drive in. I gotta close the message on here. Actually, he didn't even have his hard drive in the machine when he brought it over. But yeah, so we had because this is just a 350 watt Cooler Master. Actually, it's a Macrin power. I guess that's an SFX power supply, and we had to use the 2 adapters to get his graphics card to work. I'm like, man, if we actually went into Windows or even tried to do anything with this power supply would go into thermal meltdown. But well, I've got to make another stop on my way home, and then I'll start working on stuff, and then I'll keep you posted. I'm not going to do a full video on the build of this system. You'll see what I'm gonna do when I get to it. It'll work, I promise. Alright, now for the part you guys might not like. I'm gonna be going through my my computer pile here. I know there's gonna be some electronics. These printers, for one, they gotta bleep and go. I'm probably gonna be throwing them right in the dumpster here. But back here, now, if you're new to my channel, you probably won't recognize this area, but if you're a long-time subscriber, you'll know that this is where I used to film all my videos. Ooh, I moved some things around earlier. These lights take a minute to come on because they're these garbage compact fluorescents. There's a few systems, there's a lot of systems I'm going to be getting rid of. But I'll be keeping a lot of systems. My Mirror Drive Door G4, this Compact Desk Pro, probably this iMac. I'll keep the Packard Smell monitor. I'm definitely keeping the CR640. But I'll be getting rid of a lot of things like these speakers. I don't know, I might keep these speakers, I don't know. But I'm going to be getting rid of a whole lot of, well, excuse me, shit. Like a lot of stuff I just thought I wanted to keep, but it's, it's got to do things with, and, it was going to be good again, and never got around to it. Going to be robbing parts out of this system. This slot load DVD is pretty cool. But yeah, so I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of this stuff. And over here, excuse me while I turn the light on. I might actually reuse this case for the my home theater system, but I've got electronics and computers everywhere over here too. Not a one of them's worth a damn. I never did test this stereo. Maybe I'll do that at some point. Probably be keeping that Kenwood. That thing has a gorgeous preamp on the phono. But yeah, so gonna be putting a lot of stuff in storage, especially like this church sound equipment. But quite frankly, most of this stuff's just gotta go. I know some of you probably just don't plain understand it, but I'm moving into a temporary living situation where I will have like 90% of my stuff in storage. And when I move, I'm moving to start a new life with my girlfriend, and she's actually my fiance at this point. I should probably stop saying girlfriend. I'm moving to start a new life, and I'm not gonna start a new life with all this garbage laying around. But I do intend to do videos. I do intend... Oh yeah, I forgot I got that Kenwood receiver too. That's actually not too bad. But, I'm just not going to have all this computer stuff laying around. I'm still going to do videos. I'm still going to be, doing this stuff. But I'm just not going to be doing it as much, for one. I'm also just not going to be a hoarder anymore. Because that's exactly, we can call it what we want, but this is all hoarding. And that's got to stop. I have this cool network switch I never got to play with. But, oh yeah, I also got this cool VCR to see if that works. I also had this old VCR. But, yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to start building I guess what I'll call it is the vintage computer I'm going to take with me. So, I got to dump some footage because I'm running low on space in my camera, so I dumped some footage onto the computer, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so while I'm waiting on footage to about 4 gigs worth of footage to go over, I figured I'll do some question and answer from my videos. From an unknown user is I have this computer. That's from a trash pick Dell. Okay. I notice it says unknown user, so I don't know if that's your username or what. Guy here, Green Kid 2, lots of zeros, commented, I used to have a E-Machines W3650. I had it in 2008 and it came with XP pre-installed. I got it for my 4th birthday. That is a very old video of mine on the E-Machines W3650. Okay, so it's the same computer. Yeah, my dad bought that brand new, and I want to say it was in 2008. It was like the last brand new computer you could get with Windows XP. I gotta say, it ran better with Windows 7 than it did with XP, but some people call heresy on that. Is the 330 a DDR3 system? I just wondered. That was Steve Barber. I believe I answered that. And no, it's not. Chris Bartlett wants to know, is someone going to help you move? That was from the same video about the Dell 330. Yes, I do have quite a few wonderful people in my life that will be helping me move. I have a 330 full-size PC. That's pretty cool. Of all these Optiplexes, I've never owned a full-size. I've always wanted to, but never had. I found this at... Okay, guy was asking about... Found it... It was about a thrift store find, a cassette deck, which I literally have not touched since I made that video. That Technic silver thing. And... Somebody mentioned the Dell XPS 400, which... yes, that one's literally laying right there on my living room floor. Says you have a very excellent PC. In fact, it can be upgraded to the hilt. I have an XPS 400 as well. Mine has a Viv sticker on it. I still have some minor work to do with it. The problem is, excuse me, at least with the XPS 400 I have, and at least with the processor that is in it, you cannot install Windows 7, or not Windows 7, Windows 8 or Windows 10 on it, because the processor does not have some technology it needs. Let's see here. There's more, because there's one I wanted to answer in a question and answer video I just never got to. Let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah, somebody said it's nice laptop. It's shame it's hard to see anything with that bad camera. I am really sorry. I know that camera's crappy, but usually it's better than what it was. Yeah, well, somebody mentioned actually, it was about the laptop I'm using now. Okay, yeah, it was about the laptop I'm using now. He says all the mobile i5s that I know of are dual-core hyper-threaded. They are pseudo quad-core. I'm sorry, I misspoke. As I believe I mentioned in that video, I was doing that on very, very little sleep. So I kind of misspoke on that. But yeah, I know it's a dual core with hyper threaded. And yeah, sorry that I messed that up, but you know, but yeah, that was my fault. I think that's pretty much it for the ones I want to address. Excuse me. You know, it's weird. A lot of people, when I show these Dell Dimensions and stuff like that are Pentium 4s, a lot of people go, "Oh, that's a nice computer." I really wouldn't consider that. If you can notice, I have a random Rotella that just popped up on me, and she's about to do something stupid, I'm sure. But, I think I'll, especially since Rotella's trying to murder my laptop here, oh yeah, because, I mentioned the editing on the, did the video where I was showing editing on this laptop. It says my main Medion laptop also has the same i5 3210, and it says it's okay for editing video if closed Google C seems to use so much CPU though if open. I'm not sure what you mean. Are you talking about like if you leave Google Chrome open and you don't fully exit out of it? That probably isn't a bad idea. I should probably start doing that. But honestly, this thing chews through 1080p 60 frame per second video pretty decently. Not as good as my i5 4690K, which is right here. That machine edits very nicely. But I want to I use this laptop every now and then because it's easier, because right now I don't have internet at my house. Laptops, I'll either go to my girlfriend's house, which is where I'm moving to, or my mom's house, and it's just easier to just edit it all on here and then go back later, and you know, that way I don't have to transfer files. They're already on the laptop. Once I get back into my other place, my plan is to use my i5 4690K almost exclusively. But I think that's going to be it for right now, and I'm up to almost 8 minutes here. I have no idea how good a quality this webcam is or isn't. Hell, I don't even know if I'm recording voice right now, so if it works, you'll see it. So yeah, I'm going to get to working on that other vintage machine now. Alright, so here's what I'm doing. I'm going to take this case, or this computer here. This is a system I really liked, and I gotta see what that graphics chip is. I may keep that. I don't know what this sound card is, but I really like the sound card that's in that. I don't need a modem. I gotta see, I think this has USB. And it does. I have a USB backplane I can put on it. This one is that 300 megahertz Pentium 2. It's in an AT case. You heard me talking earlier that I'm moving. This is going to be my vintage computer for while I'm living there. I'm not going to put a hard drive in. I'm going to yank the 8 gig card reader I have and put it in there. I don't know if I'm going to hook up the this zip drive. If I had a USB zip drive or a way to install a zip drive in my 4690K desktop, that would be amazing, because then it would make it easier to switch, you know, move files back and forth. Because I don't know if Windows 98 will see a flash drive. If I have like a 2 gig, I'll see if ooh, you know what? I have a couple 64 meg flash drives. I'll see if Windows 98 will see those. This has an AGP port all the way at the top, which I believe this is an AGP card. I'll see what this video card is. It might be good enough for what I'm doing. The other thing I picked up at Dollar Tree is some of matmroy's favorite Sunbeam batteries. So what I'm going to do, because I don't have, like I said, I don't have good internet, so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap a few parts over and verify that this thing still works. If not, I'm going to be sad. But, we'll see what happens. Alright, I don't like to do anything off camera if I don't have to, so smoke test. Monitor's not changing. Processor fan's not spinning. Oh! Hold on a sec. Smoke test number 2. Now the processor fan's spinning. I just put memory in this. We have... Holy crap, this thing's got 256 megs of RAM. Alright, well let's go into setup. That's not installed. Okay. So we're definitely going to need to change the clock battery. That's not a problem. I got one right here. So, I'm curious what this video card is. I may just leave it in for right now, and I definitely want to change. I want to put the USB ports on there, which means I gotta move this sound card, which I can yank the modem out, put the USB ports there, or yeah, put the USB ports here. If I'm gonna change that out, I might as well put the sound card I like in there. So, and if I put the AGP video card in, I have to move the serial and PS2 ports. So I gotta see what I want to do. Next thing you see is what I want to do. Okay, so I think I got my hardware set up the way I want it, minus this stuff in the front. I may have to switch the power supply between these two because this one only has one, that guy. So, let's see if all this works. This, I believe, has a copy of Windows ME on that drive. Yeah. F1. I have no idea what the date is right now. I know. No, it should be September 13th. ...2016. I have no idea what the time is. So it is 2:23. So it's actually going to be 14. I'll just go with 24. That'll be good enough. That's all set to auto. I'm going to set that to not installed at the moment. Let's do F10. Let's see if this will boot to the Windows 90 or the Windows ME drive on it. Let's see what it comes up with. I apologize, my whatchamacallit is in the... It says Windows 98 on it? Well, I'm going to reinstall it. But yeah, so this thing will actually boot. This thing should run Windows 98 like a beast. By the way, I need to find a PS2 mouse. I'm going to come back and come back with the Windows 98 install CD. So, I'll be back. Alright, so one of the things I gotta say is I hate working in these cases. I've tore my arm up. Oh yeah, I also tore the thumb up. But I'll be okay. Ain't nothing but a thing. Somehow, the USB ports are affecting other things, so I have them disconnected at the moment. I don't think I had them installed right because there's no markings on the board, and it's a different plug than what I have, so whatever. It's set up to boot from the CD-ROM. I'm not going to sit here and make you go through a Windows 98 2nd edition setup, because that's a pretty simple thing. Oh yeah, I also installed it's a DVD, I think it's a DVD burner, I'm not sure. Yeah, DVD RW and all that. So, yeah, DVD R/W, CD burner as well. Somehow I smoked the keyboard. I'm not sure how, so I'm using a different one at the moment. So, yeah, so this thing's actually coming along pretty nicely. I'm going to look up a few things, and then while we're doing the Windows 98 install, and I'll let you know of it. I have an idea. I'll talk to you about it in a minute. But I want to make sure that this thing's actually going to something's weird. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something here. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so that computer project has been giving me some issues. As soon as you get to the Windows setup screen, it starts, it just locks up solid. Can't do anything with it. It's just stopped. So what I'm going to do is, right now I've got some other stuff that's higher priority. So what I'm going to do, which as you can see I'm moving right now, this is not a safe idea. I need to get a windshield mount for my phone. If anybody has a good, knows of any good ones at a cheap price, let me know, because that would actually be quite useful to me. So even though I'm not completely pleased with the performance of that K6, that's the one I'm going to use. That's a 450, I think, or it's possibly a 350. I don't remember. Pretty sure. Nope, it probably is a 350. Wow. Sorry about that. I can't really do anything about that other than that. So I'm going to put everything that I took out of that case back into that one. And I don't think you really need to see that, so I'm not going to film that. So the next thing I do, once I get Windows put back on it, I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, just run it. I wanted to, I actually video chatted with matmroy a little bit earlier, and he had some ideas. We swapped stuff around. We like switched memory sticks, switched memory stick locations, and nothing worked. So, you know, it is what it is. And right now I'm on my way to a mechanic shop. I gotta talk to him about putting doors on the truck. This is actually a body shop. And yeah, so that's pretty much what's up. I have to spend some quality time with my family. You know, I guess I might as well break the silence now. One of the things I've been trying to hold off on talking about is what the big change that's going on in my life is. I have a kid on the way. And the due date is November 10th. So, you know, it's actually a day before my birthday. Knowing my genetics, it's probably going to be a little bit earlier than that. But that's one of the things that has made an urgent change in my life that I need to work on, changing things. So, with that being said, I'm almost to that shop now. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video now, and I'll get back to it later. Alright, so essentially what I did is I unbuilt this computer only to rebuild it again. This is the AMD K62, the heck's this thing, 350 megahertz. Actually, I need to go on the board and change the clock speed on it, because the chip is actually a 400. So I need to fix that, but which might be why this thing does not perform the way it should. So what I'm doing now is I'm bringing it up to the point where I kept losing it before. So here's the scenario. I have the 350 megahertz K6. Oh, it might help if I show your head. 256 megs of PC 133 memory, 8 gig compact flash card, DVD RW drive. These are not hooked up yet, but they will be. A zip 100 drive and a floppy disk. Right now the floppy cable's here on the floor somewhere. Oh, there it is. But I just want to get this thing working. I just want to see this thing work. But we're getting close to that spot, or that point. I gotta pull some stuff out here, see if this actually has USB on the board or not. I can't see it, but that doesn't mean it's not there, especially in a cramped baby A-key case. Excuse me. But this board actually does have overclocking abilities. I might be able to overclock this chip if I feel like it. I don't recall what this video card is. I know somewhere I have the drivers for it. Oh, this is where I want it to be. I'll let Matt know that it is working, and it's got to be something in this other system. That's a shame. I like that computer. It's the Pentium 2, even though it's 50 megahertz slower, it has a higher front side bus, or a higher cache level. What am I saying? So I'll come back when this is in Windows. It's not going to be full resolution because I know the video card driver is not in Windows 98. I mean, I could try this video card here, but this has been a very long day. So yeah, I got something working now. That's all I care about. So yeah, I'll come back in a minute. Alright, so after all these hours, which for you is only an hour, I finally have my a working vintage PC. This is the one I'm going to take with me when I move. Excuse me, just had a little burp. There's a Rotella in the this case is noisy. Something does not feel right about this computer though, and can't quite put my finger on it. It just doesn't feel like it's as fast as it should be. And you can see, oh yeah, you can see it flashed on there. I don't know if maybe there's something wrong with my compact flash card or something, but it just doesn't seem like it's as fast as it should be booting up. And surprisingly, the video card driver was there, which I really didn't think was going to happen. So found out that the zip drive's missing a couple screws. Okay, so this is a bit concerning how long this is taking. I've never had this happen. I mean, this thing's got 256 megs of RAM. It's not locked up, as near as I could tell. I mean, that's usually a somewhat of a sign. I'm going to give it a few more seconds and I'm going to hit the reset switch. Processor's not hot. Neither is the North Bridge. Neither is South Bridge. Unless maybe unless maybe one of these RAM sticks is bad. Because that's it. One of the things that concerned me is every time I turned it on, the RAM count took very long, and then so did the rest of this. But it does seem to be getting better. And I put that new clock battery in here too, not that would affect the Okay, so this gives me something to work on next week. Hold on a second. I did not notice that crap, my brain just stopped. The virus scan on the motherboard was turned on. And that was causing it to act a little funky. Now she's quick. Now she's as fast as she should be. Maybe that's why I had a problem with this thing altogether for as long as I've had it. Excuse me. Yeah. So now in here it says it's a AMD K6, 256 megs of RAM. Left click on this mouse. Alright, so the Ethernet controller is not seen. That's the only thing that's not seen. The AWE64, that works. So, basically what I'm going to do, let's see if it'll actually focus on that part of the screen. No, it's not. So basically what I'm going to do for right now is I'm going to shut this thing down. There will be further... Yeah, this mouse is a little messed up. There will be further videos on it. I can't believe everything just came right up and worked. Except for the Ethernet controller, which I don't need. I can pull that out. Yeah. Everything came up. It's working right. And, yeah, so... Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.